From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for May 24th, 2016. In just a moment, we'll be taking a look at the NZDUSD, the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar for today's trade analysis. But first, I want to recap a couple of the trade suggestions made yesterday in the morning analysis video and the live daily trade room. First off, starting here on the EURUSD, euro versus the US dollar, we're looking at the 4-hour time frame, but our analysis yesterday centered around the period of congestion that this currency pair is in inside the blue box that you can see here on my chart. Yellow shaded area at the top of the blue box, pink shaded area at the bottom of the blue box. Clearly, if you go back to the top left-hand side of the chart, the trend has been down. So we've been studying the congestion zones. Let me zoom out one time so you can see this a little bit better. There's the downtrend, congestion, the red box up here at the top left. Went into congestion, broke out lower. Then it went into congestion again, the green box right here in the middle, and then it broke out lower. And then, so down here at the bottom, we've been studying the blue box, the congestion. And if the pattern of the trend continues, we would look for the potential for the breakout lower in the direction of the trend and momentum. So with that, we were looking for an opportunity to go short and sell this currency pair into the low 112s. 112.25 was the pending trade that I set up yesterday, and you can see that trade going on down here at the very bottom of the chart. 112.25 is the trade. Current price is 111.75, 76 or so, so we're sitting about 45 to 50 pips of profit on the trade. The stop loss has been moved into profit by 5 pips by the trade manager tool that we have on our chart. And the opportunity now is to close some of the profit as it sits here into the current profit target, the pink shaded area. If it can break down through this pink zone, we'll call it 111.65 or so. But if it can get underneath this pink shaded area in our current area of support and the bottom of that blue box, so let's go ahead and put another arrow here. If it can get under here, I expect we're looking for it back down into the low 111s, 111, 111.15 or so. The green shaded area, it sits all the way down at the very bottom. You can see if I squeeze it in a little bit more down there. So what we're looking for today is the continued fall here for the euro dollar, pushing through 11.65, heading on down towards 1100, and continued profit on the current trade for the euro dollar. Moving on over to the US yen. Now, we had to endure a little bit of a negative move against this currency pair. We did take a buy right around the 109.40 level, placing the stop loss right around the 108.95 level. The red line here represents just about where 108.95 is. If I put my crosshair there, you can see just about where 108.95 is. So we had to endure very close to the stop loss, but now the market coming back for us, sitting 24 pips of profit on the trade. That's about the maximum so far that we've seen, 24, 25 pips. The trade manager, of course, has taken our trade to break even. We cannot lose now on the trade. So there's 2 trades there going today that we entered yesterday, about 70, 75 pips between the 2 so far. If the US yen continue this reversal of momentum, it was going down and now we're looking for it to go back up. If it continues to reverse momentum, getting back above 109.75, our target is all the way up here into the mid to upper 110s for the US yen. Okay, those 2 trades working out quite nicely for us. Let's go ahead and move on over to the NZDUSD, New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar. This pair, a lot of congestion, a lot of back and forth here for this currency pair, so sometimes it can be a little difficult to trade. We do have some news, trade balance out of New Zealand much later today, but we do have that to think about in the next 12 hours or so. So you'll want to pay attention to that. But overall, I think fundamentally we want to expect that this currency pair will go down. We've seen some cuts of interest rates out of New Zealand several weeks ago. We know that the potential for June raise of interest rates out of the U.S., fundamentally it makes more sense for this to go down than it does for it to go up, but it's been back and forth quite a bit over the past several days but even couple of weeks. Black box on the chart represents quite a larger range here for this currency pair. You see it going all the way back into September, October of last year. Red circle on the left where it found resistance. Blue box here, red circle. Then it got a little bit above it. Now we're back underneath it. But we can clearly see where our decision points are. Even where the blue box is, the red circles, you can see resistance and support, congestion all around the blue and yellow shaded area at the top of the black box, the pink shaded area here holding as support, resistance, congestion, the yellow shaded area, the orange shaded area, all of those areas being decision zones where the market is, even within their periods of congestion, found resistance, support, entering and exit by the larger players in the the market. Let's go ahead and zoom it in a couple of times so we can see over the past several days the market's been bouncing around in this blue box here. So obviously the best opportunity to sell this currency pair would have been a rally back up here into the low 68, 68.20, 68.40 would have been the best opportunity. Well, it doesn't seem like it's going to make it up there right now. Now, we want to be careful for a false breakout. We've seen a couple of times challenge here towards the 100 period moving average and bounce off of it. That's where we are today. So we want to be sure and confirm the breakout. I'd love to see an open and close underneath this pink zone. We'll call it 67.35. An open and close under the pink zone gives us higher confidence that it's going to continue to pressure lower back down towards the yellow, and then, of course, beyond that, all the way back down to the orange shaded area down here. So we want higher confidence. So what we're going to look for is a confirmed breakout underneath the pink shaded area. The risk at that point then is that it breaks back above the pink zone and starts going back up. So we know that if it gets back above there, our stop loss would likely be above the pink shaded area if we get into a short. So looking for it to go down. Let's go ahead and take it on down to the 4-hour time frame. Look at this. On the 4-hour, we have seen a 4-hour candle open and close underneath the pink shaded area. So again, that's beginning to give us increased confidence that we're looking for the continuation lower. Not guaranteed. We've seen it underneath here before, but increased confidence now that we're looking for it to go lower. So any rally now back into the pink shaded area now becomes a possible opportunity between 67.35 and 65 to go short here. We've seen it now on the 4-hour get underneath there. We need to be careful that we're using appropriate risk strategies in case this is a false breakout, because we haven't seen the open and close on the daily, but definitely an opportunity here to go short on the New Zealand dollar, targeting back down towards the yellow zone into the mid to upper 6600s. Anything underneath there again heads back down towards the 6600 level. Risk, of course, is just going to be above the 67.70, 75 level, right around where that blue line is here on the chart. So I would actually like to see it come back up, find resistance at the pink zone before we get into it. So I'm not in it yet, don't even have a pending trade, but a rally back here into the pink zone I think will give us an opportunity to jump into this New Zealand dollar today.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.